Hey guys, it's Susan. I'm following up on my blog from last week about reasons why decluttering is really good for your brain and for your mood. And I wanted to give you some ideas on how to get started, because if you're anything like me, I would have read that blog and I would have said, okay, fine. Where on earth do I start? Like, help me. Because I'll look at things and get completely overwhelmed and then just not start. And that was the whole point of decluttering, is to help some of that. So I wrote down some tips that I want to share with you that might help you get started. It's not something you have to do in a day. You can do 5 minutes a day. I love to just take about 5 minutes before I go to work in the morning and just declutter things. And that may be straightening up and throwing away in the kitchen, or that may be putting things back in place in the bedroom. That's just a good start to that. My second tip, always start with the place where you want the most peace, where you maybe spend the most time, where you feel most comfortable in your house, and just kind of mark off an area and start there. Like, I like to start in my bedroom. I really like my bedroom to be neat and clean and quiet that way, as far as like what I'm seeing. So what I like to do is kind of mark it off in fours, like in a grid, and I try and get one square done. And once I do that, then I move on to the next square. It just helps my mind stay focused. The other thing is, I always like to have plenty of boxes, trash bags, whatever I'm doing, ready to go, so I don't have to be wandering around the house, because I do get distracted. And if I see something in the living room, I end up doing that instead. So I like to have everything with me when I get started. And then immediately, once you fill a bag, take it out to your car and have it ready to go. And then kind of make a date with yourself to, when you have 3 bags in your car, to go run them to Goodwill or take them to wherever you're going to take them to. And guys, it is okay to throw things out. You don't have to repurpose everything. I know we want to be smart and we want to recycle when we can, and we want to be environmentally sound that way. I get that. Sometimes just throw things out. Like, that saves you the hassle of having to transport it. And honestly, really think about, is somebody else actually going to use that? If so, then great, it goes in the Goodwill box. If not, maybe you just throw a few things out. The other thing, and you guys may laugh at me for this, I am a music person. And so music gets me really motivated, and music gets my brain in a good space. And so I have kind of a generic playlist that I do. Like, I've been using it for yard work this year, but I am going to use it as far as decluttering, and it just gets me going and moving. So I would suggest making a playlist for yourself of your favorite songs. Like, okay, true admission here, I have a lot of NSYNC and things like that on my playlist. Helps me relive my childhood, my teenage years. Yeah, kind of fun. Other things, like, don't just let the bags and boxes sit around. Like I said before, make a date. Make sure that you're taking them where they need to go within the same day, preferably as soon as you've got enough to kind of take a load in. If you're anything like me, they will sit on my floor, and I will sweep around them, and I will step over them until I just can't stand it anymore. But part of decluttering is you don't want to create more clutter in the space you're trying to declutter. So just make that part of the decluttering process, not just putting them somewhere, taking them somewhere as well. So I would love to hear some of your decluttering ideas too. I'm going to go ahead and link last week's blog as well, and then I will link this week's blog with some more tips and tricks on how to kick decluttering into gear in your brain, and then get motivated to actually walk it out and take the steps to do it. So make sure you subscribe and like if you want more information like this. I'll have weekly blogs and probably even more than that. So thanks for listening.